Welcome in Pure Magic Kitesurfing. Welcome in our world. Kitesurfing is one of the new sports from these last 10 years where we use the power of a big kite.
Another day to go to work again.
And a surfboard, basically a kind of surfboard. And we go on the water and we can try to do some crazy jumps and everything. We use the power of the wind with the kite. Got this little important book here where we're making... For example, in July we're not busy, so there's still some room. Otherwise, you can see that sometimes it gets more busy. So that's kind of, you know, the program of the week. And today at 2 o'clock we've got 2 students coming. Our petrol for kitesurfing is the wind. If there is no wind, we can play chess, we can drink Guinness, but we cannot kitesurf. So we always check if the wind is the best condition for the students. Because we are French and our English is not that good, but we try not to get into the English better, but bring the people, the Irish, to the French. We do also the lesson. We use some French figures and French schema. What we call the area where the kite can flow, it's called the wind window. And you've got different zones in wind window. You've got the power zone and you've got the non-power zone. So you want to play around, get used to these zones.
Okay, kids. Today we go for a kitesurfing lesson, right?
Okay.
So we're gonna learn the basics of the power kiting with our small kites. Right? We're gonna start slowly by slowly, and then we get some power. All right? We're gonna go where there is nobody, a quiet place, nobody can be heard. You never want to kitesurf in offshore wind. Why? It's get blown at the sea. All right, exactly. What speed do we have today?
8 knots.
Yeah, roughly 8 to 10 knots. And to give you an idea, to start kitesurfing, we want something between 7 knots and 15 knots. So that's today.
The perfect
day. Basically, kitesurfing, even if you use a big kite, it's still the same thing that your small kite that you were using when you were a kid. You pull on the right, it's going on the right. You pull on the left, it's going on the left. Simple.
Oh, it's gonna.
Okay. There is plenty of way to get introduced to this wind window, and you can sit down and we'll make the students just playing around, make some funny and silly thing with the kite, just to get the people used to the kite, and just to get really confident with the kite. Once they're confident, and only once they are confident with this kind of kite, when they're not crashing, like for example Catherine now, pretty good actually. Once they don't crash anymore, then you can go to the next level, and next level.
We are the association for kitesurfers in the country. So, you know, if you check our website, iksa.ie, we have a list of instructors. That's generally the first step for anyone who wants to learn how to kitesurf. You know, they take lessons. If they like it, generally they will get insurance. They'll get gear. They'll become a member of the IKSA, and then it's up to themselves to get out in the water and practice and come to the events and competitions.
What made the sport exploding at one moment, it's this invention by a French guy, Brother Le Guignou, who invented this inflatable structure. And from that moment, people could go on the water, and even if they crashed the kite in the water, they could relaunch. Very good, Dermot. You're young, full of energy. So that made the big first revolution of the kitesurfing. So you see that's we put more power, we put more size. Line's getting a little more complicated now. Hi, Cody.
Hey, Francois, how are you?
All good?
Good, all good. The summer season, generally, we have, here on Dollymount, we have this fantastic area which Dublin City Council has provided for us. We have 3 kilometres of sand, and they've designated areas. The rest of the beaches around the country are following suit, and through the IWS, that's the Irish Water Safety, we have a whole structure in place that hopefully over the next few years we'll be rolling out.
As we say, it's very friendly community. You always help each other. For example, our friends need a lunch. You cannot lunch. You could, but it's not the best way. You always ask somebody to launch, to help you launching. Like that you're sure that your kite is not going to crash or going to get ripped on the sand. Hard life. Being instructor, I launch every day so many kites. I'm maybe the best launcher of Ireland, for sure. we're gonna teach now to Julian is to use his baby up there to dragging in the water, what we call just a simple body dragging, just to use the power of the kite to get you, around and drag in the water. And once we know how to body drag nicely and everything, then we can come on the board. Only at that moment we bring the board. Okay, let's go for some body dragging. Julian, are you ready? Very good, very good. Once the body dragging is achieved, that you can really control your kite in any position, frontwards, like a Superman, one hand and everything. Then we start with the board. Oh, good, very good, Julian.
Yeah, that was
How
good,
was the feeling?
Again, that was very important to do, like a nice figure eight before you take the ball.
Very nice. Can you try to do the same thing with one hand up there? Have some fun. Most important, always have some fun. That's the most, how you call it, the funniest? No, not the funniest. Well, that's the sport is the most fun. No. This is Luke, a local rider from Dollymount as well. Luke, could you show us how to make a water start in kitesurfing?
I'll try my best.
Alright, all good. So first, don't go too fast.
Okay.
First, you put your board on
Ready?
the strap. Once you get ready, you've got your engine, and you get the power.
Well, over the last 2-3 years, it's grown exponentially. You know, if you came to Dollymount, 3 summers ago, you might find 5-6 kiters out, over a weekend. Whereas now, on a Saturday or a Sunday, as I said, you'd find 50-60 kiters out on any given day. So, it's due to. I think it's going to explode this year.
It's pleasure and passion, definitely passion. Passion for the sport and passion for this, for bringing these people into the sport.